Alright, my name is Hiram Shelton, and this is my video on capital punishment and kind of how Italy views capital punishment, how the US views capital punishment, and how my views have evolved towards capital punishment. And so first, speaking about Italy, they do not believe in capital punishment at all. They believe that the death penalty goes against certain human rights, and despite the crime, it's never worth taking someone's life. And to do so, even though it's through the government, even though it's through justified means, they believe this is not justified. They've actually believed this for quite a long time. The last death that was through capital punishment in Italy was in 1947. So they've really stuck to this belief for a very long time. Considering things that I've read and have seen on the news here in the US, we have really evolved our ways of thinking towards capital punishment, and it's definitely aimed more towards that most capital punishment is inhumane. And actually looking at the history of humans in general, we used to have a lot of very punishable ways of death. If you know what the brazen bull is, or like I could explain different ways of punishment. I can't remember the names right now, but we've had several torturous ways of killing people. Crucifixion being one, probably the most popular death ever of Jesus Christ. It was through crucifixion. So we have had terrible ways of torturing people to death, and that has evolved a lot. And now we're getting to a point in which when we do take someone's life, if it is justified, if the means of their crime was so terrible that they've killed many people, or they've killed a person in such a terrible way that it's justified to take their life, we do it in a way that is as harmless as possible and as fast as possible, because we no longer look for a sense of ease or a sense of peace out of making that person feel what they made someone else feel, but now we get the sense of peace that they just can no longer hurt anyone else. And that's kind of our focus now. And I think as we go forward, we will either keep this, which I believe we should. My personal belief is that there are crimes in which you murder people, or you rape and then kill someone. Things like that I really think are worthy of the death penalty. But I think we are moving towards kind of abolishing the death penalty as a whole, because it can be seen as going against human rights. But I believe as we head in that direction, I think we should still stay where there are certain crimes that don't that don't get taken out of the talk of the death penalty, because there are certain crimes that I believe are that justify death and put everyone's minds at ease, knowing that that person is not in this world anymore. So it is evolving, and I hope we don't take it away completely, but it wouldn't shock me if we ended up doing that eventually. But yeah, those are just my thoughts.